platform fighters. They're a very interesting type of game. While the most popular one features Super Mario and Minecraft Steve, it still manages to be an insanely niche genre. But despite this, every time a new one comes along, everyone believes it's going to be the one to live up to Smash. Until it releases and doesn't deliver. It's happened with games like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, where the game controlled incredibly, had characters everyone was familiar with, and everyone was ready for it to be huge. But the game released and it didn't even feature voice acting. How do you mess that up? Your shtick is that you have SpongeBob fighting Garfield. Then the sequel came out and once again it was showing a ton of initial promise. The game felt incredible to play and was overall a much higher quality product, but the hype just wasn't there for this one. And it ended up missing on the expectations of what a lot of players wanted. Like, why is there a 2v2 mode, but there's no way to queue for it with other people? God forbid you had a fucking friends list. Then there's multiverses. Don't get me started on multiverses. They actually had a good thing going, and then they threw it all away for almost a year, just to re-release it in a shittier state with even worse microtransactions. There's also Riot Games' Melee-like platform fighter. Don't get me started on that one either. There's a similar theme between all of these, and whether it's been by the community applying the title or the dev's actual goal, they've all at one point been referred to as Smash Killers. The ones to take down big evil Nintendo. And look, I don't like Nintendo's business practices just as much as the next Smash nerd. But setting these games' expectations as killing Smash Bros is just setting them up for failure. If you want a platform fighter to succeed, you need to view it and judge it as what it is. A separate game. Because the only thing that can replace Smash is Smash. And even that's not always true. The reason I bring all this up is that there's been one platform fighter that's always stood out to me. It's always been able to carve out its own identity, whether that be by its unique gameplay, active competitive scene, or even its crossover content. And that of course is Brawlhalla. I'm fucking with you, I don't play Brawlhalla. It's Rivals of Aether. Yo, real quick, while I was writing this script, I hit 1,000 subscribers. Just wanted to say thank you. I never thought I'd have a comma in my sub count, but here we are. And also, I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart that did you know that 99.5% of you... Rivals has never been viewed as a threat to the Smash franchise, nor has anyone had that expectation of it, which in my eyes is a big reason why it continues living as a game. Does it have a lot of players? No. But making the game big has never been the top priority for Aether Studios. They've put the majority of their effort into making the game actually good, and in comparison to the Smash Killers, they're blowing them out of the water. In my mind, the only thing holding Rivals back is the art style. I personally like the pixel art, I think it looks great and it means I can build the characters in Minecraft, but it screams indie. It doesn't give off the vibe that a AAA studio could have made this, which unfortunately means most people won't give it a go. Man, if only they could make a version of the game with 3D models. You know where I'm going with this. Rivals 2. On April Fools of 2022, it was revealed to fans that Rivals of Aether would be getting a sequel, and it looked good. 3D graphics, shields were being added, you can throw people, you can grab the ledge, and the combos looked smooth. They knew who they were advertising to here. There were only 3 characters revealed to have been coming over from Rivals 1 at this point, those being Zetaburn, Rano, and Rasta. I have no idea how to pronounce that one. It's either Rasta or Rasta, and neither of them sound right. They would then go on to unveil 3 more characters that would be coming over to Rivals 2. At the beginning of 2023, they announced Crag. On the April Fools after the game was announced, they would unveil Fleet, and at the start of August, they would reveal Maple. And now that they had a fairly rounded out cast with 6 characters, Aether Studios were ready to release the Kickstarter. They accompanied the launch with a video that detailed their goals for the game, what mechanics would be returning, added, and new to the genre as a whole, and they also confirmed that the game would be running on rollback netcode, which, if you're a normal person who doesn't know the difference between netcodes, is the good one. On the same day, they also did an event stream collaborating with Ludwig to help get people to support the game. And as someone who was watching this live, it was legitimately insane to see how much people were willing to throw their money at this. I mean shit, it's the only Kickstarter I've ever supported. Their initial goal was to raise $200,000 to finish off development, and it ended up not only doubling or even tripling that, but 5 timesing it. They got a damn milli! And in all honesty, it's 100% deserved. I've never had more faith in a platform fighter to succeed. The majority of top players in Smash and Rivals 1 are vouching for its accessibility and quality. They're also investing into the casual fan base instead of going completely in on competitive players. And their new publishing company has Ludwig at the forefront, which means it wouldn't be hard for them to get a bunch of streamers playing it on launch day. And in the current landscape of games, that is one of the biggest forms of promotion you can get. Most importantly, on top of all of this though, is that it's backed by a development team who actually care about the game. Like Dan Fernacey, who is the lead game designer on both Rivals games, has been known to travel to countless tournaments for Rivals 1 in order to help put together setups for the players. If that doesn't show that you give a shit about the people playing your game, I don't know what would. All of this is without even mentioning, the game's just good. I managed to get my hands on the most recent beta weekend as well as the demo they released, letting anyone play the game for free before it drops. Which, by the way, this game's pulling fucking numbers. It's not even out yet, and it's already almost 3 times the peak player count the original Rivals had. Anyway, I was finally able to play the game for myself, and oh my god, it's even better than I thought it would be. Instantly after I started playing, the movement felt incredible. My melee muscle memory transferred perfectly, and I was schmoovin' from the start. The biggest things that carried over directly were my ability to wave dash, which is dashing into the ground to move without running, and teching, which basically means using the trigger before you hit the ground so that your character doesn't fall over. One change that I did have to get used to was that there were 3 attack buttons instead of the standard 2, 2 of which were designated to light and heavy attacks, and 1 that was used for special moves. I love this as it's something that creates so much more depth at a higher tier of gameplay while not making the game that much more complex for the average player. For very similar reasoning, I also really like the fact that you can ban stages in online games. Getting unlucky with your matchups based off the map can be extremely frustrating, so the fact that that's avoidable in this is pretty great. Also, when it comes to the game's sound design, getting hits in is so satisfying. It makes you feel like you're always doing something impressive, whether you're doing the greatest combo of all time or just getting one hit in. This is something that Smash is also known for doing an incredible job with, and in my opinion, something other platform fighters always miss on. Like when Arcane hits with his bubbles and you hear all the ones that deal damage pop, that shit is euphoric. Honestly, most of these characters' movesets feel euphoric. Like this guy can just launch off his tongue across the stage. Okay, that's fucking awesome. You just want to use the tongue, and then as your character gets to the ground, you jump.
Oh shit.
No matter who you decide to play in this game, I genuinely believe you will find something that is unique and fun about them. I mean, the bird gets better movement and attack options in the air, Rockman makes big pillars and spikes from the ground, the lion is a spacey, Forsburn gets a clone and smoke that makes him invisible, Arcane can fucking teleport, and all of these cool ass movesets have so much depth to them. When the demo dropped, I was still learning new shit about Rano even after using him throughout the entire beta. Like, you can follow up his up special by doing the same move downward, or even by turning into a big spinning ball of poison. And if you hold down before jumping, he gets a super jump. There's so much fun to be had in just messing around with all these characters in the training mode, which is also incredible. It's not that hard to make a good training mode. Most games just stick a character on a stage and call it a day, but this one has save states. Why is this not in every fighting game? There's so many times where I want to practice a certain scenario but can't be bothered setting it up by hitting the CPU around every single time. In this game, you just hit the left D-pad and you're set. There are so many little quality of life things just like this that really round the game out. It makes it really easy to pick up and extremely hard to put down. I mean, I ended up unlocking every available beta item in the store and I didn't even know it was quicker to do by leveling multiple characters. I truly believe the reason it managed to suck me in like this was, if I may refer to the thumbnail, it has the sauce. The passion from a team who truly care about making a good product instead of a quick buck. They've already stated multiple times that all in-game content will be free forever, including every character, every map, and every mode. The only thing behind a paywall will be cosmetics, and even then we aren't getting some shitty battle pass or rotating item shop. It's just a store containing every skin that you can buy if you want. Which, with how oversaturated the free-to-play cosmetic business model has been, is extremely refreshing. If you prefer free-to-play because you can play with no risk of spending money without enjoying the game, I understand. Free-to-play has its benefits, but it's nice to be able to buy a game and actually own it for once. Besides, it could be using shitty battle passes and item shops while still being a paid game that gets replaced by itself every year, costing you $100 every time. The only genuine complaint I have about this game is that it's a PC exclusive. If you want to actually cater to casual audiences, you need to release your game where they play. However, that is my only complaint. And they've already stated that within 1 to 2 years, they plan to release on console when the game is more refined. As I said before, I have never had more faith in a platform fighter to succeed. I truly believe that this will be the game to break the curse that all platform fighters are seemingly prone to. and managed to be an actual successful game that lasts more than a month. I'm unable to put into words how excited I am to get my hands on this masterpiece in a couple of days. Because Rivals 2 is special.